Hello all, this is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video, I want to talk to you about getting unstuck with any particular problem that you're working on. So if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward and help you out. All right, so many of us experience this in our life where we feel stuck. Right now, it is the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm sure you're feeling stuck at this moment, staying inside, trying to do social distancing. I know that many places are starting to wind down a little bit and loosening some of the restrictions, but we still feel very cooped up because we can't meet all of the people that we would like to. So many of us are feeling stuck, not only, emotionally because of that, or maybe you're working on a difficult problem during your, research or graduate school journey, whatever it is that you're working on. You might be feeling really stuck at this moment, but I want to tell you that there's many different solutions or different ways to sort of conquer the feeling and believing that you're not stuck. And there's many different solutions that you could do, and it's just based on personal experience with just living life and doing the same journey that you're going through. So the first thing is to frame any particular problem in a different way. And so imagine it's not necessarily a problem, but it's an opportunity to do something. And every time that you do that, it actually turns into something that's wonderful, right? So, give you an example of this. I would have never thought that I would have done the whole YouTube thing and would have been a YouTuber. But when I was trying to get traffic for this website that I'm trying to build, it was really difficult, and I didn't know how to do that. And somebody gave me a solution to go onto YouTube, and I started doing the whole YouTube thing. And over years that it started to grow and it started to get a little, bigger. But I wanted to point out that was one particular solution. And it's actually become a really fun thing because I get to meet you. I get to meet all sorts of people around the world that would never have done. And so it's actually an opportunity. So I'm glad I actually did that. But it requires definitely a different mindset. It required many different sort of, it required me of just forgetting that this is kind of like a silly thing and whatnot, and just actually do it. Just get out there and do that particular thing and work on that particular thing. The other thing is to maybe change your context and change what you're actually doing and working on, or where you're working, right? So some of you it might be difficult because you're working in a city right now. A lot of you are probably working in a city right now, and it's difficult to leave and maybe go to a coffee shop or something like that. It is challenging, right, at this moment. But what you can do is change it up by, changing your workspace, going and working in a completely different thing. And there's some really wonderful things that are going on online right now that can be very, very helpful. So if you're really feeling stuck, go into a Facebook community, go on to, where you actually are chatting with people, right? Or get a group of people where they work together on the thing that you're doing, right? So you have a Zoom meeting with multiple people that you think are just truly wonderful, and they're going to be very helpful with what you're working on. And there's many different ways to get around that, the particular context that you're working on, right? So introduce different information with what you're working on, right? So one way and this is a third way that you can actually get unstuck with a particular problem or thing that you're doing, is just go do something completely different. That's where you get information, is doing something that's different. If you're kind of doing, maybe you're, a PhD in data science right now, and you're watching this video and all you've been reading is stuff about data science. Well, go read some novels. Go read some really interesting sort of historical accounts of different people that will, they generally give you some inspiration. They get you to think about different things in different ways. Introducing that information is going to stimulate many different things. And will just get you to become a different person, maybe a more complete person, or maybe just a different person where you'll be able to look at the problem in a different way. And then the other thing, this is the last thing that I would sort of point out with getting unstuck. This is what helps me out a lot, is taking a break, going and doing something, and looking in a different just going in a different domain. I was recently working on a problem and I didn't really know what to do. And, through my walks. So right now I'm doing, I'm jogging. As you can see, I'm not necessarily all that fit to be on video, but, who cares? This is YouTube, right? So the world is going to see this and it's going to be all really scary. And no, not really. You guys are all wonderful. So folks are wonderful. Sorry about that. That there is, if you go and just get some exercise, get out, take a break, go do something differently, you often will think of something completely different or thinking of a better solution that actually will work. And, what the interesting things with this problem that I was working on is working with a group. And, we didn't know what the solution was. And it came to me as just going with one of these walks and just do this. That's an easy way to fix that. And you know what? It happens to everybody when you do these things. That's how you actually get a lot of inspiration. And that's how you become a much better person, is actually going and developing other components in your life that might not be related to work, but they are very important to your life. They make you become much more complete. They make you become much more whole. So invest in different relationships, invest in going and doing things like this where you're getting some exercise. It really does pay off in the long run. For me anyways, you might look at my research performance. You might think, well, who is this person and what does he have to say? Well, you know what? The comparison is not looking at other people's research performance with this, but it's looking at what I would have done if I didn't do all these kind of things. And I would have struggled mentally for a very long time. So I've learned that this is very therapeutic for me and it's very helpful. So that's how you get unstuck, is you look for different ways to sort of frame the problem, look for different things in your environment, change your environment, and as well as try to get information, right? Go get some different information, go get inspiration. And then as well, often it just requires you to take a little bit of a break, go do something differently, and then everything will come to you. I guarantee it. It's sort of like the weird human thing that many of us have, but is not well understood. All right, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye. Off to my run now. Take care. Bye.